Hey YouTube, this is Team Spooks here. Just got first through third over yugioh. Here's Zach with his Monarch deck profile. Just got first.
I played Monarch today because it's $30, and I feel like it has a way better matchup against the meta than Cosmo, which is the other deck I have. So let's dive into this. 3 Aether, 3 Erebus. They're the new guys, they're the backbone of the deck. So they're really good. Aether allows you to be responsive on your opponent's turn and bring out things, and then Erebus allows you to just pick up and gain so much advantage by getting rid of your opponent's outs, getting rid of your opponent's cards, and at the same time, Foolish Burial, basically acting as a double Foolish Burial for anything you may need later, because everything floats in grave. For the little ones, we played 3 Aedea and 2 Yugiohs, and then 1 Mithra. Because I really don't want to draw this in my first hand. I want to bring it out with this. And if I have this is much better, because they can't Veiler this. But if I normal this and it gets effect Veilered, I'm kind of dead. There was a game today, my only loss, I normal summoned one of the little ones, they got effect Veilered. It was against Pepe, and they were just able to go and kill me next turn. Then I played 1 Thestellos. This thing is amazing. It's Trap Dust Shoot on steroids. The ability to look at your opponent's hand, and then especially if you're taking plucking a Dark Destroyer or one of the bigger monsters, you can do a lot of damage with it. 1 Cures. I actually really don't like this card. I found myself only using it on my opponent's turn because I'm playing against Pepe. They will Pendulum Summon and then Tribute from Monkey Board. And so if I have this in my hand, I can bring this out of the deck, pop the Tribute Summon Monkey Board, and then my field spell still floodgates their deck out. So this is good, but I only use it disruptively. I never really bring it out, pop my own stuff to draw. I made Majesties instead of Vanities because Majesties is searchable with 24,000 and Vanity's Fiend has a 1200 defense. And if you search it with Return and still have the extra normal summon, which is very easy to do, putting this on board is usually the icing on the cake. It's what ended a lot of games. This is the card that you put on the table and your opponent scoops to. Then with the hand traps, I went 2-2. I think 3-3, like a lot of people are playing, is a little excessive. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And that's it for the monsters. I have no idea what the exact count is.
How was the ratio for tributes to non-tributes?
In this build, even though I'm playing way less of the littles, I always find myself with more littles than bigs. But it's really, it just depends on how you draw. It worked pretty fine. It worked fine for me. 3 Pantheism. This card's literally insane. 3 Tenacity. It acts as a wild card for when you banish off of Pantheism. This can it allows you to play less than 3 of some of the less important cards, like Return and March, which I'll get into later. Am I good? 3 of the field spell. I always want to be able to search 3 off of this, because if I used Tenacity earlier, I'm kind of just in trouble, because this wins games against Pepe. 3 Stormforts, for the same reason. I am activating usually all 3, and then I do want to have 3 targets in deck so that I can force them to have me add this. 1 Return and 1 March. These are the 2 cards I talked about with Tenacity, because when you banish off Pantheism, you can use Tenacity as a wild card. So you can have 2 Tenacities in the March. So you're going to get to March anyway, or you're going to get to Return anyway. Some more 1-ofs. The 1-of Trade-In, it works phenomenally with Erebus because you can just add him back off his own effect. And it just helps you get advantage, helps you dig. So if you have a hand of all big narcs, you can search for a little monarch, or a vassal, or a squire. Other 1-of is 1-for-1. Because 1-for-1 with Aedea is insane, especially if you're pitching off Erebus that you can just add back. And then the 1 Foolish Burial. I don't know how many people are playing this, but you can send Aedea and add banished things back, or you can send Erebus to search himself, to add himself back in the graveyard. So it's a good utility to have. That's it for the spells. For the traps, I played 2 Prime, Solemn Scolding, and Ultimate Providence. I didn't play the continuous trap. What's it called? The name of the brand?
Oh, Escalation.
I didn't play Escalation because I found more often than not I was sending it to the grave to get off the big one's effects, and I didn't really have it set up more as to where I could tribute summon on my opponent's turn. There was one point today where if I had it, it would have helped, but I ended up winning that game in the following turn anyway. It's just because I sat in a Vanity's Fiend, and I had the Vanity's Fiend in hand, and if I would, and a friend of mine who also plays this deck pointed out to me that I should have searched it, but then I told him I didn't play it. So that's the only scenario where that really would have helped out today. This card is insane. It helps so much because you can pitch these two, help you negate monster effects. You can pitch those two and get effects off. You can pitch this to get spells, negate spells, and then still end up getting value from this card. And then you can pitch Prime. So you have great targets for this. And then sometimes I even found myself, like if I had a Max C or a Veiler in my hand, I'd rather just use this to pitch the Veilers to negate monster effects. Because negating with Veiler is okay, but if I can negate and destroy and get the problem out of there, that's fine too.
Time for the extra deck.
Played a 0-card extra deck, but when Elder Entity Test comes out, Mega Zaborg is going to be absolutely real. So
what about reinforcements of the army?
Yeah, I have this over here just to talk about it. I don't play this card. My friend Tim talked to me right before the tournament. He asked me if I was playing this card, and I said I was thinking about cutting it. He said he wasn't playing it anymore, so I decided to take his advice and just take it out of the deck completely. And it helps so much because the big problem was that I was always seeing the little guy, these little guys over the big ones, and like this is basically just another little one. So it's another idea. So like there's no point in just having it to like I'd rather it 1-for-1 does the job that Rhoda should be doing better than Rhoda does. So I just decided to just get rid of it and take it out of this deck completely. Extra deck, we obviously played no extra deck. Side deck, 3 copies of Fog King. I actually didn't use this card at all today because the only Monarch Mirror match I played against was my friend Tim, who made this suggestion earlier, and then we just agreed not to side because the Monarch Mirror takes actually forever. I played a 1 Mega Ryza for the Mirror, and then against Pepe. I didn't side it against Pepe though, so I didn't use this at all. But in theory, the idea is that you can summon this back, put a card back, and then you can shuffle back their Pantheism,
or just stack them on top.
Stack their Pantheism, stack an inconvenient card from grave to slow your opponent down. Decided 2 Vanity and 2 Majesty. In matchups like Pepe or like Cosmo or the decks that really lose to one of these, I'd end up taking out like Mega Thestalos from my main just to replace. I only replace the bigs with bigs usually, so I just take it out because these hurt more. Also, I feel like I should talk about Mega Caius and why I don't play that too. Because Mega Caius is a forced effect. So if you summon Mega Caius first turn, you have to banish something. But if you summon Mega Thestalos first turn, you can pluck a card from your opponent's hand and see what they're doing. So Thestalos is just worlds better than Caius. 2 Grandhorn for Pepe. Usually I'd side out the Solemn Strike. No, not the Strike. The Notice and the Ultimate Providence for these two, because these two are it's less of a cost you have to pay. And you can have other set cards, so it's not like Notice, but with Notice, but you usually only have face-up cards, so that's why Notice is so good. 2 Time Space. I really couldn't think of what else to side for the Cosmo matchup, since the matchup usually goes in my favor. But having this extra little back row that I can take their monsters out of play, or like stop a Dark Destroyer. If a Dark Destroyer comes out, I can stop it from attacking me. It's fine. I didn't play against Cosmo at all today. And then 3 Twin Twister. So, and that's the side deck. My matchups were round 1, I played the Monarch Mirror. Round 2, I played. Who did I play? Did I play Charles that round?
Yeah, round 2 you played against
Round 2 I played Pepe. Round 3 I played Pepe, and round 4 I also played Pepe. So
yeah, you played against me.
Yeah, and I played against Brandon for 1st and 2nd.
Any closing thoughts?
This deck is awesome. Like, if you're looking to get back into the game, definitely go out and buy this. It's just as competitive as like the decks that people are spending hundreds of dollars on. So it's great. It's good fun. It's not like you think it is. Just tribute something. There's combos and thought involved as much as it is. Well, this is Team Spooks.
Yep. See ya.